Osama bin Javed, AlJazeera.
British energy giant BP has revealed it suffered a 91% decline in profit last year due to falling oil prices. The company suffered a loss of $6.5 billion in 2015 as the price of crude oil plummets. BP also blamed the substantial losses on restructuring costs and a huge write-down on assets. Joining us now is Cornelia Meyer. She's an international economist. She's live from London. Cornelia, very good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. A huge loss for BP. Is it just down to the falling oil prices, as they say?
Yeah, the majority of it is down to the falling oil prices. For the year, it's 50%. For the last quarter, it's 90%. It's for the last quarter, 70% below guidance, below expectations. It is very bad, but it's not much better with many other oil companies because the oil price is so low. And BP's operating cost for break even is $60. They're now trying to get that down. So it's very brutal out there for the oil industry.
Not good for the other oil prices, you say, but I'm just reading now that ExxonMobil posted earnings of 67 cents a share, that are they doing better, ExxonMobil, than the other oil companies, or is that, not the case?
ExxonMobil is always doing better than the other oil companies. It is probably the best-run company. It is just so lean. It is a machine. It is what GE is to manufacturing. ExxonMobil is to the oil industry. But one other thing with BP is, because as you may recall, in 2010, they had a big oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, and they had, over the last 5 years, to outlay about $55 billion. Obviously, at some stage, that starts to bite. So, whereas everybody is hurting, BP's starting position was not quite as good as the one of the rest of the companies because they had that outlay of the $55 billion.
So what can BP do, Cornelia? What can they do or hope for at this point to recover?
Well, they're doing all the right things. I mean, they're cutting costs. They're cutting capital expenditure, which may come back and bite them. $1 invested today results in production in 3 to 10 years. But it may come back to bite them, but they're doing that. They're doing another thing, which is probably very difficult for them to do, which is maintaining the dividend. There's a 9% yield on the share now. But if they didn't do that in the face of coming in so much below guidance, the share price would even have been hit much harder.
Cornelia, thank you so much for your insights. Good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. Cornelia Meyer, international economist, joining us there live from London.
Thank you.
All right, time to catch up on sports now. Here's Rahul.
Folly, thank you very much.